So my name is Michael Johnson. I'm the vice chairman of a Danish NGO called Agricultural Development Denmark Asia. And we have specialized in mobilizing smallholder farmers in the south. And we have developed this digital data platform for certification of smallholder farmers. One use case, among others, that we have explored is that we initially and successfully developed organic certification based on this digital data for 300 smallholder farmers in northern Uganda. And on the basis of this data and the whole process, farmers obtained an EU organic certificate, and a year later, they were able to send a container load of certified organic soy to Denmark, which was an achievement for us. Let's see if I can move the slides forward. Yes. So ADDA has ongoing projects in Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, and Tanzania. We work with local farmer organizations and through those. And most of our projects nowadays, they have a strong focus on climate smart agriculture and climate smart agroecological farming practices. And we do this because we believe that this is the best way that we can help farmers improve their livelihoods in this context of climate change. But working with these climate smart agroecological practices raises an interesting question. What about field monitoring? What about showing the effect of these climate smart practices? So ADDA has developed this digital platform that can assist local farm organizations and impact companies to obtain these third-party organic certifications, for example, EU organic. And we are now on the track to also prove compliance with the EU deforestation-free regulation, EUDR. And as number 3, again, I want to stress the importance of being able to conduct precise field monitoring digitally and communicate this to all the partners in real time. The system is simple, robust, cost-effective, and I claim also high-tech. High-tech because we can build on 2 state-of-the-art generic platforms that we can access from the internet, but which we adapt. So that's where we have our special knowledge, that we learn how to use these tools, and we can share this knowledge with other development partners. So, and the backend is constituted by the online GIS solution, GIS Cloud, and data is reflected on this cloud server. Data is collected by the local farm advisors. In the future, it could also be lead farmers, but this is how it works now. And at the front end, we have this world class, so to say, that we all know, many of us from our jobs, Microsoft Power BI dashboards, where we can explore data intuitively together with our project partners. And we can even hand over the stick for them to conduct some of the analysis, just providing the data in draft form, in draft dashboards. So ADDA's approach, it's a consultancy approach. So again, we assist our local partners and impact companies to tailor these mobile data collection forms and online dashboards, and we tailor them to their precise needs. So, and the beauty of this is that to a very large extent, the same mobile data collection forms and dashboards can be recycled and used again and again, adding to the efficiency of this approach. So it's cost effective. You only pay, a small partner might only need some few aspects of this. So you pay for what you need, the licenses you need. We do onward billing of GIS Cloud and Power BI initially, plus a consultancy fee. And these are not patented technologies, so it could be taken further by the local partners at some point when they feel ready. So my point here is why work on this open source cloud-based GIS? The reason is quality data quality is key here. So all data that we collect in the field, it's accompanied by plenty of metadata, including geotags, timestamps, and user IDs of the people who collected it, so it can be traced back. And again, the system is, from the user end, intuitive and simple, because what the user see is the mobile data collection forms and the dashboards. And again, especially for the dashboards, the stick, so to say, in the participatory manner can be handed over to the user, because we can share data on these platforms with both collectors and processors of data. And it's easy and quick to deploy this system. It's been done several times, and we can have share screening sessions on tablets, smartphones, computers, and so on. So what are the steps involved? The steps involved include 4 steps. Just as most of you probably have experienced, we do some kind of farm profiling. So the first step is that we register the fields and the farmers on the GIS cloud platform, and then we can do this real-time sharing of data on the GIS cloud platform. So that's so much for the farmer profiling. And then in step number 3, we can in real time conduct monitoring visits to the farmers, and again real time reflect the data on the Microsoft Power BI platform to everybody on the same page, so to say. So how does this look in practice? So in practice, it's the local farm advisor who walks around the field together with the farmer with the GPS in his phone turned on, and it results in such a trump trade that you might know. And then in real time, this data can be reflected even in 3D on this GIS cloud platform, and the data is there also available for filtering in real time. So you can have a really good feel for what's going on out there. And again, the repeated visits, as any of these apps, we can collect all kinds of qualitative, quantitative data, QR codes, signatures, you go on, and most importantly, photos and videos. So a lot of opportunities there to collect meaningful data. But again, the most important feature of this is that we can reflect this data in real time in Power BI dashboards. Some people will be much better than me at producing the dashboards, but we can service it for the local partners to explore more and get further in the analysis. So there is an opportunity here for a reiterative process of visiting fields, going back and forth, and a lot of co-learning, co-exploring of data. And most importantly, that we, referring to the climate smart agroecological farming practices, that we are able to develop over time. You can't do this in one day, but over time we can develop some very relevant indicators to measure change over time. So just yet another very simple example, but even though simple, I think it makes a lot of sense when you work with this huge data set. And again, that's the beauty of Power BI, that all of you, most of you know, but it's easy to approach this huge data set. But so we can reflect maps in real time where we can show how monitoring is progressing. Red to blue here means that the farmer has been visited, and it's by the second it's updated on the front of the system, so to say. So we have a feel for what's going on out there. And regarding, this is at the exploratory stage, but for the EUDR, we are able to show on the GIS cloud platform the 2 layers, of course, which is key. A lot of people will tell you EUDR is very complicated. Yes, it may be, but there can also be some simple, quite simple aspects here. We download the EU Global Forest Map by the cutoff date from the EU Commission webpage, and we overlay it with the polygons of the farmer fields. And we know all these rules from EU that are in the making still, or the interpretation of the legal text is in the makings, but supposedly at some point we will have to supply GIS files to the Commission. And I'm aware that for smaller farms, it's not the polygons, but so we are at the edge here, so to say. So we've been on a journey in ADDA, and 2021-22, I had this collaboration. I could see my friend Bob Marley is in the audience from Uganda. We did this together with Global Health Network Uganda, that we leveraged this platform, and we obtained on this digital databases, we obtained an EU organic certification for the farmers. And in 2023, we had a collaboration with Social Vanilla, a Danish impact company in vanilla, and we followed closely 25 vanilla farmers on the ground. Now in 2024, we're going big, and we are recording the organic farming practices of 100 smallholder farmers. My colleagues, they are in the audience also. We are recording 1,000 farmers in central Tanzania, in Dodoma and Manyara regions, towards getting an EU organic certification in sunflower. And finally, I think a source of great enthusiasm, we are in the process right now of onboarding a Danish coffee company in Google, and we are profiling and recording the feeds of 199 women coffee farmers in Meru district in Kenya towards securing EUDR compliance. Here, just for reference, my friend Bob Marley and farmers, Bob is here. They are holding up their organic certificate. The NGO, the name of the NGO is Global Health Network Uganda. And this was financed by CISU, a Danish under the ADDA fund. And yes, and again, okay, this cannot be fixed by a tick. I'm talking about the data governance, but maybe it can be fixed by a tick. I'm telling you. But so every time we go to collect data from the farmers, we explain about the purpose of the project. Even for northern Uganda, it was in Kiluo, which is the local language there. In Tanzania, it's in Kiswahili. And we also ask for the explicit consent of the farm. So finally, some other aspects of data governance. I think you can already see there is an element of benefit sharing here. Obtaining an EU certification can open doors for markets and secure market access, better pricing, and so on. And yes, on these cloud servers, of course, it can be discussed, but at least we have a security layer of a password. So we can effectively share the data between project partners in real time. For Microsoft Power BI, you might know you can even do this extra security layer with a phone to secure the data even better. So we can work on that. And even locally, we often, I talk to the farm advisors sometimes on WhatsApp in Swahili and so on. It's very funny to even meet the farmers in video calls. You might have experienced yourself. But the farmer, he would or she would very often like to know the exact size of his or her field. So that's a service we can provide. And the local farm advisor on the top of the tablet or a smartphone can show around on the map and show the group of farmers to which the farmer belongs, and in that sense give some virtual sense of ownership. And again, for the formal part, all the projects where we are involved, we seek to develop a memorandum of understanding as a basis for the data ownership and sharing. Thank you very much. I'd be happy in another longer session to share more and even share inside these systems. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Michael, especially showing also the potential of the platform and how you have from a little bit smaller scale to reaching out to a lot of farmers.